So I just let this dry upright. You can even use a battery pack to kind of keep it down and just let it dry for a minute. Make sure your LEDs are even and kind of push on them a little bit if you think one side's not even. But this one looks like it came out really good. So I'm just going to set it aside on my little tool here and then move over to my piece again on the back side, move these out of the way, and I'm going to be soldering that center smaller lead. Well, the one on the right side's not smaller, but the center lead on the LEDs to these two points, excuse me, are right here, and then I'll show you when I come back. Alright, so now I got both center leads attached to those buttons. Now this is a one piece. I'm just going to pull this one down to the bottom, these ones off to the right along with this, and then we're just going to sit our controller. When you're putting the controller back together, make sure that these two pins just sit in its hole, and there we go. Make sure it's all pressed down, and then we got a few more wires to solder, and we're almost there. So this one gets connected right here on this negative pin right here. Solder that, and then these three come together. The one that's sticking out longer, that goes to your ground right here. You're going to solder it onto the pin. I'm going to try and get the zoom right. So just connect it on the end there. Just kind of be careful. This one, the one that's shorter, you're going to put right to that middle pin. And then this long one that's down here, we're going to bring it around. We're going to bring it around and fold it down, and it's going to go right on that pin right there. So I'm going to do those three connections and show you how that looks. Okay, so I got all those connections on. This one to that negative pin, these two, the longer one going to my ground there, same connection as the other one. This one going to that center pin, and just make sure that you're not touching either of those rumbles with solder. And then on this side, I wrapped this one around, and it came down right there. I wish this would focus better. There it goes. So that one right there on top of my finger. This one, connection right there between your B button and the power. So once you got those three connections, all you have left are those two right there, and then on this side, these two. And these are your LEDs on the chip. So you got all these 4 wires left and your connections. So these two go on the right side right here, and they're pretty simple. The one on the right is your red, and the one on the left is your green. So red is on the right, but on the chip it goes to the left, so it's opposite. I know it seems kind of weird. So this one's going to connect to the left side, and then this one's going to go to the right side. With the other one, it's easier. The one that's shorter, which is the one on the inside, is going to go to the first connection here, and then the one on the outside is going to go to that second connection there. And again, remember that middle pin on this side is not used. So that's the first one, that's the second one. So I'm going to do those three and show you. Alright, so I got everything all set here. Thumbsticks on, LEDs in, all wires run. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a battery pack into the controller. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. And I'm going to watch these LEDs light up. If you click the buttons on the back, they should change colors from red to green to orange, and this one should be red, then orange. And if everything checks out, chances are you've done everything right. Just make sure all your wires are all set. Nothing's too crazy or in any holes, so make sure that's clear. clear. This is hole's okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have your back controller face down, and you're going to take this and you're going to actually turn it upside down, and you're going to place the rumble motors where they're supposed to be, and then snap everything together, put the screws back in, and away you go. So I'll show you when I get it. Well, there we have it, guys. Retrofit controller completed. LEDs on the bottom, buttons on the back, and everything works. You can test out your dual stage triggers, make sure those are functioning right. Just go into a game, turn on the controller. Oops, see, there we got an LED out. Gotta go back in and test this. So that's one of the things. You know, when you're putting the controller together, you don't really know if everything's going to be 100% right. So if this was my first time, I wouldn't put all the screws in, just maybe 3, like 1, 2, 3. Test it in the game and make sure everything's right, and then come back. So I'm just going to open this controller up again, get it right, make sure everything's working, and really check your buttons. Those are huge. If the rubber piece on the inside isn't right, these buttons aren't going to press right. So check all that out, check out your controller, and everything should work. If not, message me and I'll help you out. So hopefully you guys installed your retrofit right, and enjoy your controller.